So in NetSuite, it happens using two steps. Number one, you need to create your intercompany allocation template. And then the second step is the auto generation of the entries. Okay, so let me show to you how it works. Okay, so I'll be showing to you a sample intercompany allocation template. Okay, so basically I have created here one sample already. So in here, okay, let me just edit this. So we can put a name on our intercompany allocation schedule. We can identify here the frequency. Okay, do you need it to be monthly, daily, annually? That's possible. Okay, and identify here the next date or the first date where when you want this intercompany allocation schedule to auto-generate the entries. Okay, so please take note that for the allocation schedule, you can make it a reminder or you can make it automatic. So you can identify here how many months do you want this allocation schedule to work. Okay, and also you can select as well the allocation mode. So we have fixed allocation and dynamic allocation. Fixed allocation meaning you have to specify how many percentage would you like the specific allocation amount be distributed to the destination. Okay, I'll go to that part now. Okay, so of course you have identified here where is the expense coming from. So in my scenario here, developer company 1 is paying the expense on behalf of all the other entities. So what I did here is I added here the source, developer company 1. I added here the intercompany account. This is the account that will get debited or credited later on. And I added here the credit account. Okay, I have added here as well the expense account that will get debited or credited after the allocation. So basically, this is the source of the allocation. This expense is what I want to get distributed to this destination. Okay, so please take note that this is an intercompany transaction. So it's important that when we identify the destination companies, we have also identified the intercompany entity where these intercompany transaction must get posted to. So please take note that in terms of the destination, you are not restricted to using whatever source that your source entity selected. In the destination, you have the option of selecting a different account. So if let's say for the source, it's an IT expense, but for the destination, it's an ERP expense. So you have the flexibility to select the account here and then also the intercompany account by just unchecking this box. But for simplicity purposes, I'm using the same source account so that you can see that the amounts are getting offset. Okay, and then I have distributed here the percentage. Okay, so by the way, you have the option of using the weight or using values as percentage. Please take note that if you check this box, you just have to make sure that this is equivalent to 100%. Okay, so you have a flexibility to change the percentage here. Okay, so after the selection of the distribution percentage, then you can already save this allocation schedule. Okay, so in this scenario, I have here the next date as November 30. So what I have to do is I'll be creating a transaction for November so that you can see how that amount will get distributed. Okay, so let me open here a bill. Okay, and then I'll just make a copy for November for simplicity purposes. Okay. 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 So take note of my data here. So important is the date. Oh, this is an expense for November. And then I'll just make this one approved. And then the amount here is 1 million. Okay. So basically, I already have here the source. So once this transaction is saved, it means that under developer 1, I already have a 1 million expense. Okay. So what I have to do now is I go back to the allocation schedule. So please take note that this one, I selected remind forever. So meaning I have to tick one by one the journal entries during the month end. But take note that we can automate it as well by indicating the number remaining. Okay. So now I'll be clicking this create journal entries, and what it will gonna do is it will going to create a transaction here. So take note that there is one transaction per entity. So I took the amount from developer 1 and I distributed it to developer 2, to sales 1, 2, and 3. And this is how the entries will gonna look like for all the entities. So you can see from here that I credited here the expenses and from developer 1, and then I debited it from developer company 2. And then since this is an intercompany transaction, I use the intercompany expense account that I identified in my source. And then same goes with the destination, okay, intercompany account. So NetSuite just debited and credited the same account now, which later on at the end of the month will get automatically eliminated. Okay, so that's all for this session. Thank you.